Hello, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Lightway Research and Technology Center. Today I will show you how to arrange panel data in Excel and how to import the data to Eviews. Panel data can be grouped into two: balanced panel data and unbalanced panel data. So in this particular video, I will show you how to arrange balanced panel data in Excel and how to import it to Eviews. Also, I will show you or give you a brief description of what an unbalanced panel data is. Well, the difference between the two is not that much. So once you have an in-depth knowledge of the arrangements of a balanced panel data, I am very sure that you will be able to do the same for unbalanced panel data. In this particular training, I will be using annual data for the demonstration. But if you want to make use of monthly data or quarterly data, please kindly take a look at one of our previous videos, particularly the one on how to arrange time series data in Excel. In that particular video, we discuss how to arrange monthly time series data in Excel, how to arrange quarterly time series data in Excel, and how to arrange annual time series data in Excel. So if you can make use of that particular video very well, you'll be able to do the same for monthly and quarterly data when you are doing your panel data analysis. So the first thing here now, before I move to the training proper, please, if you are coming across our channel for the first time, kindly subscribe and also hit the bell icon to receive notifications whenever we release new videos on research and data analysis. So when you want to arrange panel data in Excel, the first thing you need to do once you have launched your Excel is to indicate the year. So here I have year, and next to that year, the next thing that is very important is your cross-sectional ID. So I use C_ID. Next to that is country. So you have to indicate the country. In this training, I'll be using a panel of 6 countries. So follow that is a country code. All these things are very important. Do you know the reason why country code as well as country ID are very important? You know, when you are doing panel data analysis, you may be requested to also do country specific analysis. For instance, now I want to use this country for my panel data analysis. Reviewers may ask me to go and do country specific analysis so that they will know what is happening in each country. So instead of me to be uploading the data for each of the countries, let's say for Nigeria, for South Africa and others, once I have all the data combined, the only thing I need to indicate in my command is the country code. So once I add the country codes to my command, the software will automatically generate the result for each of the countries for me. So that's why cross-sectional ID as well as country code are very important. So once you have done all these ones, the next thing now is your variable. So I always advise that the first variable should be what? Dependent variable. So this particular data is on the nexus between natural gas consumption and economic growth in sub-Saharan Africa using 6 countries. So now the first country the first variable is going to be what? Economic growth. So I use RGDP to denote economic growth. Next to it is capital. So I use cap. Then natural gas consumption, I use NGC. Next, labor, I use this particular to denote labor. Then RT, which is real trade. So now I have the year, the country ID, the country code, the first variable, which is the dependent variable, and the next variable, which is cap, natural gas consumption, lab, and real trade. So next thing is to save. I can either go to file and click on save. I want to save it here. I retain the name book 1. You can also use Ctrl X on your keyboard and you save. So now that I have this, what next is to type in the start year. So for this analysis, the start year is 1998 and the end year is what? 2017. So for the start year, I put 1998. Under cross-sectional ID, I put 1. And under country, I put Nigeria. Under country code, I put NGA. Now, you can see that here I have 1. So from 1998 to 2017, the country code will be 1 because the first country in this particular file is what? Nigeria. So once I move to another country, for instance, South Africa, the country code will change to 2. If I move to another country, the country code, the cross-sectional ID, will change to 2. Then for the third country, the cross-sectional ID will change to what? 3. Then the country code will also change. For South Africa, it will be SAF, instead of NGA. And for Equatorial Guinea and so on and so forth, the country code will change. So now, I quickly want to show you something here. You know, I said that I will use annual data for this particular video. So if you want to use monthly data, instead of you to now have 1999 here, you will still have what? 1998. So the first one here will change to M01, which is January 1998. This one will change to M02, February 1998. You will do the same for other months, that is March, April, May to December. So once you are done with that, then you move to 1999, 2000, 2001, and so on and so forth. Also, if it is a quarterly data, this one will now change to what? Q1. This one will change to Q2, Q3, Q4. Then you move to 1999 Q1, 1999 Q2, 1999 Q3, 1999 Q4. Next 2000, you do the same for other years. But here we are using annual data, so there's no need to repeat the year. This will be 1998. So what I just need to do is to copy the data for RGDP and paste here. Copy the data for capital and paste here. Natural gas consumption, paste here. Lab, I'll paste it here. Then for RGDP, I will also do what? Copy and paste it here. But I've already prepared the data. So what I just need now is to open it and show you how I go about it. So I have the data here, balanced panel data. So I'm opening it with Excel. So this is the data now. You can see for 1998, cross-sectional IDs. One for the first country, which is Nigeria. You can see that 11111 all through. This is because Nigeria is the first country in this particular data set. The country code, you can see that I use the same thing for all the years from 1998 to 2017. So you make sure you use the same thing. You just copy the data and paste here. Once you are through with Nigeria, then you move to the second country. The second country in this data set is Angola. You can see from 1998 to 2017 we have Angola. Please take note, the year remained the same, 1998 to 2017. And you can see that there is no missing data in this particular data file. So that's why it is reversed to as balanced panel data. So now the country code for Angola is this, AGO, yes. And you can see that the cross-sectional ID has also changed to what? To 2. Why? Because Angola is the second country in this particular data set, data file. If you notice here, you will see that the label has disappeared, but I don't like that. I want it to remain there. I want it to be stick. So I will freeze it. You just highlight to freeze. You highlight the first column. Then you go to view. You click on this freeze pane. Then freeze top row. You save. So if I go down now, the first row will remain there. You can see. So now once you have copied the data for Angola, all the variables, then you move to the third country. In this case, it is what? Equatorial Guinea. So I have for the third country. So now you can see that the cross-sectional ID has changed to 3 because Equatorial Guinea is the third country in this particular data file. So my cross-sectional ID is now 3. Also, the country code has also changed. This is the country code for Equatorial Guinea. All the data is perfect, so there's no mixing data here for Equatorial Guinea as well. So once you have done, you've copied and pasted from the database to your data file, then you move to the fourth country. The fourth country here is Côte d'Ivoire, and you can see the year 1998 to 2017. The cross-sectional ID remains. It has changed to 4. This is because Côte d'Ivoire is the fourth country in this particular file. Also, if you look at it, the country code has changed for Côte d'Ivoire. So if you are using, for instance, now if this country is United States, you just use USA, you understand? So for United Kingdom, UK, the country code, you can just go to Google and check for the country code of the country you want to use for your analysis. Next is just to copy the data and paste directly. Once you are through with that country, then you move to the next country. The next country here is Gabon. If you look at it very well, you will see that year remains 1998 to 2017. If your study extends to 2024, so that means you will have to consider 2018, 19, 20 up to 2024 in your analysis. Also, if your study starts from 1970, so you have to consider 1970, 1971, 1972, 1973, and so on and so forth. You can now see that the data for Gabon also is complete. We don't have mixing data in this particular file. The last country, which is the 6th country, is South Africa. South Africa, you can see the data for South Africa starts from 1998 and it ends in 2017. the cross-sectional ID, South Africa is the sixth country in this particular data file. That's why the cross-sectional ID changed to 6. And for country code, you can see country code. If you Google it, you will see that this is the country code for South Africa. And also, if you check WDI or other or South Africa database, you will also notice that this. But for a panel data, you have to use dollar. You understand? So that there will be unification in the analysis. So I got this particular data from maybe it's in WDI, World Bank Indicators. So what you just need to do is to copy the data from WDI and paste, or from any source you are considering for your analysis. Then for capital, you copy and paste the data. So now once you have done that for all the countries, then you go through it and ensure that there is no what mixing data. The reason is that there are some analytical techniques that will not allow you, that will not give you results if you have mixing data. There are certain analytical techniques that are suitable for unbalanced panel. There are certain analytical techniques that are also suitable for balanced panel data. So this is a balanced panel data. So there must not be what? There must not be any mixing data. You must ensure that you have all the data complete. So once you have arranged the data in your Excel file, the next thing, after you have gone through it, the next thing is to move it to Eviews. So you have to import your data to Eviews for your what? Statistical analysis. So for you to launch your Eview, you can either go to your desktop and click on it wherever you have it. But in my case, I want to search for it here, Eviews. So this is my Eviews. I will just click on it to launch it. Okay, I've launched my Eviews. Now to import this particular data to Eviews, you click on File, then click on Imports, Import from File. A new window will open. Yes, this is the new window. So now you have to locate the file where you saved your data. I saved mine in this YouTube file. So now you look for the data. Here is this balanced panel data. So now I click open. Now I have my data here. Here you don't need to make any adjustments. Yes, you don't need to make any adjustment. You have already arranged your data in Excel perfectly. So you don't need to edit or do anything here. Just click on Next. Next, Eviews will recognize the type of data you are bringing in. Next, you can see now that Eviews automatically recognize that this is what? A dated panel data. You can see we have it automatically, and the frequency is what? Annual. If the frequency is monthly, Eviews will certainly recognize it. If you follow the arrangements I showed you at the beginning of this video, Eviews will recognize it. And if it is quarterly, Eviews will also recognize it automatically if you follow the arrangements I show you at the beginning of this video. So the next thing is to click on what? Finish. Then no. So now this is my data. This is my Eviews work environment, and you can see I now have my data imported. Real GDP, employment, real GDP, employment, natural gas consumption, and capital. If I open it now, you will see it. Open as group. You can see the first year, the start year is 1998, and the end year is what? 2017. So this part, the first one is what? Is for Nigeria. You understand? The reason why you didn't see Nigeria here is because I did not highlight it here. Let me add Nigeria to it. Let me add country or cross-sectional ID to it. Let me add all this one so that you can see everything clearly. Now, you can see now, the first one is what? Nigeria. So that's why we have cross-sectional ID. So now, my data, there's no any issue here. Imported the way I entered it in what? In my Excel. So that is how to arrange panel data in Excel and how to import it to Eviews. Now the next part is the unbalanced panel data. Well, there's no difference, there's no much difference there. The only difference is that you have mixing data in your data file. So I want to open that so you can see it. Now this is an unbalanced panel data. The reason why it is unbalanced panel data is because we have mixing data there. You can see there is an energy consumption for Angola from 2015 to 2019. You can see there's no data for those years. The same thing for carbon dioxide emission, that's CO2, from 2017 to 2019, also mixing data. The reason why we call this particular file unbalanced panel, or the reason why we name it unbalanced panel, is because of the mixing data. So to import this particular one, so you follow the same process to enter or arrange the data in Excel. So the only thing that you need to take notes is that it is possible for you to have mixing data in an unbalanced panel data, but you follow the same process. Take notes. This is here. You can see, instead of me putting it in the first row, I can still import it to Eviews like this. The only thing is I will need to do what? Indicate that this particular data file is what? Dated panel. Then I will need to enter cross-sectional ID and so on and so forth. But I'm not interested in that. I want to do everything perfect here. So what I just want to do now is to copy and paste the year in the first column. Then delete this particular column. Yes, I have it ready now. You can see now. So this is year, cross-sectional ID, country code. This is my economic growth. This is mortality rate, under 5 mortality rate. This is energy consumption. This is carbon dioxide, inflation, renewable energy, urbanization. If you look at it, you will notice that there are several mixing data there. You can see, in fact, for this particular country, for chart, for energy, there is nothing like energy consumption. You can see mixing data everywhere. So this is why we reverse to it as unbalanced panel data. So if you want to import it too, you follow the same steps that I've discussed in the first part of the video. You go to File, you go to Imports, you click on Import from File. Then where is the file located? This is unbalanced panel data. You click Open. Once you click Open, next, if you like, you just go and click Finish. Yes, this is the data in Eviews environment. So with this, we have come to the end of the arrangements of panel data in Excel. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notification whenever we release new videos on research and data analysis. Bye for now.